Welcome to Tap the Craft Presents Cooking with Beer, where we walk through the steps of making some holiday ale cookies. What's nice about this recipe is most of the ingredients are readily found in your kitchen. I will be honest with you, I am a good cook, but I do not bake. In fact, this might be the first baking I have done by myself. And yes, I do all the steps by myself. My wife did not help at all. This recipe uses a beer reduction, where we will take 12 ounces of a spiced Christmas ale and simmer it down to 1.5 ounces to concentrate the flavors in a thicker syrup-like concoction. The recipe recommends a beer with less than 40 IBUs, so don't accidentally use one of those IPA or hoppy winter beers like Sierra Nevada Celebration Ale or Lagunitas Holiday Sucks Ale. The beer I chose is a very tasty Belgian Abbey Christmas Ale from Belgian brewery St. Bernardus. The beer has a very light Belgian character along with some mild Christmas spices and is malt forward but not overly sweet and easy to drink with a buzzworthy 10% ABV. Since I am using a 25-ounce bottle of beer, I guess I better enjoy the extra beer while we prepare the cookies. For the reduction, we add 12 ounces of beer to a medium saucepan along with 3 tablespoons of light brown sugar. The beer reduction takes 30 to 45 minutes after you achieve a heavy simmer, and ours took a little bit longer than 45 minutes. Make sure the reduction is stirred often, especially towards the end so it doesn't burn. While the reduction cooks, we will start on the cookie dough mixture. Stir together 3 cups of flour, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, 1/4 teaspoon of ground allspice, a pinch of ground cloves, and a pinch of ground pepper. Add in 1 tablespoon of orange zest. Getting the orange zest is a pain, and I am not even certain I did it correctly. I took my small grater, the one used for hard cheeses, and I took my washed navel orange and began running it over the grater. I keep rotating the orange until I scrape off all the orange peel. Then I just collect the zest from the bottom of the grater into the 1 tablespoon measuring spoon. This smelled wonderful. Now, stir together all these ingredients. As you can see, it is a bit messy and hard to keep the flour in the bowl. The orange zest and spices really are aromatic. Set aside the dry mixture. In a new mixing bowl or in your countertop mixer bowl, add 2 sticks of softened, unsalted butter. Make sure you take the butter out of the fridge an hour before you start cooking. And do not use the microwave to soften your butter. Add a half cup of granulated sugar and a half cup of light brown sugar and mix on medium-high heat until light and creamy. Scrape the sides of the bowl as needed. Once the reduction finishes, it needs to cool. I was in a hurry, so I placed the reduction in a Pyrex dish inside a larger Pyrex dish with ice and water. This cooled the reduction down in a few minutes. Now add a large egg to the butter mixture. Along with 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract and the beer reduction, and mix together. With the mixer on low, slowly begin adding the dry mixture. Every so often, you will need to clean out the mixer blades and make sure all the dry ingredients are scraped from the sides. Increase the speed to medium and mix until dough combines into a ball. Now form the dough into a ball. Now you want to take the ball of dough and split it into 2 separate balls. Place one of the balls on some laid out plastic wrap and flatten to a disc. I decided to roll them into a log for easy storage, but you don't have to. And repeat this process for the second ball. Place the dough into the refrigerator for at least 1 hour. Roll out each disc onto a floured surface to about 1/2 inch thickness. Cut with desired shapes and transfer to an ungreased baking sheet, at least 1 inch apart. Place the cookie sheet in the freezer for 10 minutes. This helps the cookies keep their shape and clean edges during baking. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and bake the cookies for about 14 minutes until the edges are slightly browned. It took 16 minutes of baking for me here in Boise, Idaho. Remove from the oven and let rest for 2 to 3 minutes on the baking sheet. Transfer the cookies to a cooling rack to cool completely. I was able to make 30 cookies with a single batch. It took me about 3 hours from start to finish, including the 1 hour refrigerator time. Cookies will keep in an airtight container for up to 4 days or freeze them for up to 1 month. I'll tell you what, these cookies are actually very good. Not too sweet, not too dry, not too Christmas spicy, although they do have a decent orange zest flavor. So if you are not a fan of orange zest, then reduce the amount. I experimented with some different thicknesses, and from 1/4 inch up to 1/2 inch of thickness have a similar consistency. But anything over 1/2 inch will start to leave the center of the cookie a little moist. But even those were fantastic. My wife took a dozen cookies to school, and all her teachers who tried them loved them, and were surprised how well her husband can cook. So why not go out and try these holiday ale cookies for yourself? You can find the recipe at tapthecraft.com. Cheers.